G'day and welcome to another Pokemon Go video. So jumping straight into Go Battle League, and as you can see I'm only Ace ranked at 2376 with 565 battles completed, so not a huge numbers of battles completed. I did get a little bit of a lull in the mid-season there, kind of got a bit over all the new XL Pokemon that were around and absolutely dominating some of the meta during the middle of this season. So we're going to jump in and give it another go, but today I'm going to be jumping into the Great League. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below, and a big thank you to all those people who already have, and welcome back if you have seen other videos of mine. So let's jump into the Great League, and I'm going to swap my team up, and I'm going to run Falinks. Good luck pronouncing that name. I seem to be struggling, but I'm going to have Diggersby on the lead with Mudshot, Fire Punch, and Earthquake, Galvantula with Volt Switch, Lunge, and Discharge, and Falinks with Counter, Superpower, and Mega Horn. So the question is it actually any good? Can you run it? I know a lot of people have been looking at, was it Greedent? Greedent, the squirrel looking thing, but for me Falinks is the way to go. So Diggersby on the lead, and let's see if we can get a decent lead. So Deoxys lead is sort of a bit neutral, to be completely honest with you, and the reason it's a bit neutral is because its counter damage is going to be doing super effective, and as you can see it is absolutely chunking, but it hasn't really got a charge move that will do too much damage. So Psycho Boost will probably do the most damage, but then it debuffs it, so it means its charge move is then not as good. So for now, let's see what they want to do. So going to let this go. If it's a Rock Slide, if it's a Thunder Shock, absolutely, or Thunderbolt, absolutely outstanding, and it is the Thunderbolt. So they're going to be running Psycho Boost and Thunderbolt, so we'll see what they want to do here. So going to throw out the Fire Punch, and unfortunately they didn't shield. I was really hoping I would grab a shield there and then be able to go again, but unfortunately got greedy, and now they've won switch advantage. So I know they've got a lot of energy here, so I'm going to come in with my Galvantula because the Falinks will be taking super effective damage from the Psycho Boost. So I'm going to let that go. It's been debuffed, so it's not going to do too much damage, and I do get one Volt Switch worth of energy into the Deoxys before it goes down. So let's see what comes out now, and out comes a Shadow Swampert. So here, questionable what to do. So going to throw my Lunge here. Obviously it's going to be doing more damage than, well, and it also means that they'll be debuffed, hoping that they'll be throwing some energy at some point, and they are. So going to be throwing out the Hydro Cannon, and I'm actually going to let this first one go because it is debuffed, and as you can see, still does a lot of damage. So Falinks isn't really a great thing for me to be using. And then I'm going to throw, so don't ask me why I threw a Mega Horn here. Mega Horn does next to no damage, but at this point I know my win con is Diggersby, so I'm just going to let this completely, I say Diggersby, my win con is my Galvantula, so I'm going to let that go and then have shields for Galvantula, and let's hope I'm able to take this out before they're able to get to another charge move. So let's find out. So am I able to take it out? Yes, I am. So able to fully fast move farm that down, gives me a lot of energy. Going to go straight for the Lunge into the Swampert. Hopefully they don't have back-to-back Hydros. They did use energy before they went out, so they should get to one Hydro, but hopefully will not be able to get to two. Looks like they won't even be getting to the one Hydro Cannon, and I'm able to throw the Lunge and take this out. So in that game, I'll be honest, Falinks did absolutely nothing, but that was a bit on me as well because I swapped in and then decided to go with the Mega Horn instead of Superpower. Superpower would have been neutral damage because of the ice typing on the Alolan Ninetales, so probably should have just gone for back-to-back Superpowers was probably the play there rather than going for the Mega Horn. But I just didn't want to debuff myself, and being the first time I've used it, I just don't know how glassy it is. When you saw the damage that a debuffed Hydro Cannon did, yeah, not good. So second game, we've got the Marowak on the lead. So this is good, and hopefully they'll switch this out and I'll be able to swap my Galvantula in, because obviously Galvantula does not want to see this. Also, my Falinks doesn't want to see this because it's Ghost versus Fighting, so I'm going to have to be very, very careful here. So they swap into a... So they've swapped into the grass type there. Here, should have I shielded? Don't know, maybe not. They've got a little bit too much extra energy there, which is not good. So the Meganium's going to be throwing the Frenzy Plant, and let's see how much damage that Frenzy Plant does to this thing. And boom, that does a lot of damage. As you can see, it's really not that bulky. So it's not super effective damage, but it is going to be doing a lot of it. So I'm going to now just throw the Superpower, and we'll see what they want to do. So are they going to shield that up? Yes. So they do desperately want to win switch here, which is fine. And now I'm actually going to come in with my Galvantula. I'm able to get a Volt Switch in before they throw their charge move, which is really nice for me. Frenzy Plant comes through, which is fine. And so this is actually not a good situation to be in. So here I'm going to use my second shield. And now I have to watch out for them sniping me with the Marowak. And the reason for that is because my shields are down. Out comes their Marowak, and I'm trying to get out of there, and I managed to get out of there. So they didn't get a charge move off quickly enough, which works out perfectly for me. So because I'm assuming they had Mud Bomb, so it would have been a much better idea just to throw the Mud Bomb straight onto the Galvantula. I'm going to go straight for the Earthquake and see what they want to do, hoping they do not shield, which they don't, and that goes down. So what have they got in the back? So we've got a wounded Azumarill. So Azumarill in the back, so good to keep my Galvantula. However, they have shield advantage, and they're going to be able to do a lot of damage with this thing. I can't switch out, so they're just going to be able to build up tons and tons and tons of energy. The question is, do they get greedy? And the answer is yes, they do. So they get very greedy there, and I get to another one. And now I'm going to swap into my Galvantula and try and... I'm going to force them to throw a shield. And so there's the shield, so happy days. And let's see what they want to do here. So no shields for me, and I'm hoping they don't have Hydro. If they've got Hydro Cannon, I am done. It's just the Ice Beam, so they must be running Ice Beam and play rough. And can I get this out? Yes, I can. So I can take that out before they get to another charge move. I think they may have over-tapped. And now I'm going to be able to throw the Lunge straight onto the Meganium when they come out and take the win. Again, Falinks did absolutely nothing there. Again, bit of a misplay by me. I should have just swapped straight into it so that so the Meganium didn't get the extra energy. But I mean, it is what it is. I'll have to be a little bit quicker in future and look to take that out. So I did want to try and get the Fire Punch off and burn a shield, but not to be. Out comes so this is really good for me. Stunfisk, I have Diggersby, and I have Falinks that will be able to hang with this thing. So I'm expecting them to get out of there. This is going to be an Earthquake, but I'm not going to no-shield it anyway. Don't need to worry about the shield yet. It's not going to go anywhere near taking me out. As you can see, it doesn't even get me to half health. And then they swap into the Jelly Scent. So this one, I'm going to just go straight for the Galvantula. I'm going to no-shield this. It seemed very, very quick. But, I mean, it is what it is. I'll, Try and get the Fire Punch off and burn a shield. So this one, I'm going to just go straight for the Galvantula. I'm going to no-shield this. It seemed very, very quick. But, I mean, it is what it is. I'll it is the Shadow Ball. So it should, yeah, it seems to be. It only takes 5 to get to the Shadow Ball, and yeah, definitely should have shielded that up. I'm going to throw the lunge because I'm fully expecting them to shield because they want to win switch advantage. It's not such a big deal because both of my Pokemon in the back can handle Stunfisk, so it's not as big a deal. I do have shield advantage now, but I am going to throw the Earthquake here, and they don't shield it up, so that's huge. Expect them to have Bubble Beam and Shadow Ball, and through comes another Shadow Ball. Just absolutely no damage, and they swap into their Galarian Stunfisk, and I'm going to swap into my Falinks now. So we'll see what they want to do here. So the question is an Earthquake going to come through, or are they going to be Rock sliding me? No, Earthquake comes through, and boom, that does so much damage. So I'm going to look to over farm a little bit here, but I don't want them to get to a Rock Slide and be able to force me to use a shield when I don't want to. I'll throw that there, and we'll see what they want to do. So they're going to let it go. Fine by me. So what comes in now? So in comes an Altaria, and that's good game. I was up a shield, but I had half health, and yeah, it was Altaria versus basically my whole team is me getting a big old L. So not going to drag that one out. It may have gone close just because I had the shield advantage, but to be honest, the only thing that can do any damage is the Fire Punch, and even that's resisted. So Scrafty on the lead, and I swap into my Falinks, and they swap out a Bastiodon. So this is going to be the old, like a line that I just really hate, to be completely honest. So it's a fighter. So normally, most of the times I've seen a Medicham in the lead, but this time it was a Scrafty, and then they'll have that and a Stunfisk, and they'll have Bastiodon and a Stunfisk in the back. So it works out really nicely for me. I'm going to be able to, well, take that match. They don't shield up the superpower. I come through with my own superpower there and take it out, and then in comes the Scrafty again. At this point, I've now won switch, which is absolutely outstanding, and I will be getting shield advantage. So they're going to be shielding up again. So I'm now 2 shields to none up, which is absolutely spectacular. Let's see what they want to do. So they're going to undercharge, which is fine. And then I swap into my Galvantula, and the team is Stunfisk in the back. So I should have just let them go, let them build up the energy, and then just came in with my Galvantula. By swapping out and switch locking my Galvantula in here, I'm going to make this a whole lot more difficult than it needs to be. At this point, I know that I want my... I need to save some shields here because they're going to be spamming out the power-up punches. So I need to save some shields. So let's see how we go. So double debuff the Stunfisk here, and let's see if I can get to another one. So I'm not able to get to another one, but because it's debuffed, I think what I'm going to do here is shield it up, and I'm very close to being able to swap this out. So let's see if I can swap this out in time. So able to swap this out, and let's see what they want to do. So through comes a move, hoping to catch a Rock Slide here. If it is the Rock Slide, happy days. It is not, it is an Earthquake. Because they've been debuffed, I'm absolutely fine with that. So through comes a charge move. Again, I expect this to be a power-up punch, so I won't shield the first one because they'll be coming through thick and fast. So I'll be able to shield one of the next ones that comes through. So here I'm just going to go for a fire punch. Unfortunately, they were able to get to their move before me. So really bad by me. But to be completely honest, I'm not sure whether a fire punch is going to be enough here to KO. Let us find out. So fire punch coming through, not quite enough to KO. So yeah, really unfortunate there. I'm going to have to look to farm down. I am able to farm it all the way down with just 1 HP, which is Very good. Need to make sure I did not overtap there because I do not have any health. Going to throw the Fire Punch, do a little bit of chip damage to this Stunfisk, and then I'm going to swap into my Galvantula and throw this Lunge, and hopefully it's going to be able to do enough damage that it is a good game, and it is. So I made that very, very difficult for myself. Definitely shouldn't have switch locked my Galvantula in. Should have just let it farm down and then come in with my Galvantula at the end, even though it would have had to shield up. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. At least Falinks did some damage and contributed to the win there. So it definitely won me switch and burnt 2 shields. So absolutely outstanding there. Really good game from it. So that player must be really hating life when they see a Medicham on the lead, because that will devastate their entire team. Luckily for me, I chose to switch in my Falinks and not my Galvantula. So on this one, we've got a Venusaur on the lead. I'm going to instantly swap into my Falinks here, and the reason for that is because I don't know. I think if I swap into the Galvantula, they're going to switch out, so I don't want that happening. And then in comes a Mew. So the question here is, I'm going to go straight for the Megahorn. Do they know what moveset this has? Are they going to shield this up? So Megahorn, they don't shield. And look at that damage. That is insane. So that's just really gone in my favor there. So that's just won me switch advantage hard. So through comes another Frenzy Plant. I'm going to let this go. So I was hoping to try and get to another Megahorn, but unfortunately was not able to do so. This will mean I can bring in my Galvantula, even though it is not great against... so the electric typing is going to be resisted, just because that lunge damage is going to be absolutely outstanding. So I've got 2 shields. I'm going to let this go because of the bug typing. It's going to resist, but Galvantula is an absolute glass cannon. So look at that damage, absolutely ridiculous. So going to throw the lunge. Hopefully I can take this thing out and we'll see what's in the back. So they want to use up a shield. That's fine with me. What comes out? Out comes the Galarian Stunfisk. So this is absolutely perfect. Able to get my Diggersby against the Stunfisk, and I don't need to shield this up. It's going to be an Earthquake every day of the week, and there it is. Yeah, it's the Earthquake. But because I can get to these charge moves, I am going to be able to take this out. It's just not doing enough damage, whereas mine, boom, are super effective. So let's see what they want to do here. I'm going to throw the Fire Punch here. I want to overfarm just slightly, but then throw the Fire Punch to take this out. And let's see what they want to do. Yeah, so they're going to let this go, and then I'm going to be able to charge up to a Fire Punch here, hopefully. Can I get there? Yes, I can. Able to get to the Fire Punch. And they're either going to, well, they have to shield or this is game over. So they shielded that up, and that's fine. And let's see what they want to do here. So are they going to look to farm all the way down? So they're trying to farm all the way down, but I'm not going to let that happen. I'm able to get to the next Fire Punch, and that is going to be a good game. So what I should have done is thrown one more fast move on the Galvantula, so I had a lunge ready to go. That's why I needed to keep a shield as well, because I didn't have enough energy for the lunge. So it would win CMP type, but I still needed one fast move to go through. And able to go 4 and 1 with Falinks in there. So to be completely honest with you, you saw the games. Let's be honest, it didn't really add anything. There's a lot better Pokemon to use. It's interesting, I'll say. Interesting. It is very different, and I actually think it's quite a cool looking Pokemon, or, well, group of Pokemon, depending on who you are, what argument you want to get in. But to be honest, PvP, yeah, it's not great in this meta. There may be a place for it at some point, because it does have Megahorn, which is obviously going to be super effective against the psychics, which are used to counter it. But then having superpower as its other move to debuff you all the time is not necessarily as good. Possibly as a lead, so you can throw straight into the superpower and then duck out of there. But to be honest, I'm not sold on it. If you have any more success or give it a try, let me know. If you want me to try any of the other new Pokemon that have been released, let me know and I'll give it a go. Some team suggestions would be good. Great League is good for that because the investment is fairly minimal to get them to 1500. Obviously, the XL Pokemon are a little bit different to that, so I'd rather stick to the non-XL stuff. It's just more accessible and seems to be a little bit more fun. But as you can see, able to go 4-1 with that. Get up to 2400, which is quite nice. But that's it for me for now. So thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button down below. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.